and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today I thought it would be fun to kind of do like, not necessarily a tutorial, but I've been getting a lot of questions about cluttering lately, especially what is the red shelf that you're using and how do you use the red shelf, and also stuff like how do you get this item to float in the air when you're placing it or after placing it on a kitchen counter, for example. So I thought I would make a video and kind of try to explain these things to you. So I'm gonna go through 3 different methods to cluttering, or 3 different ways you can clutter. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do my best as well to explain the 3 different methods for you guys, but as you know, I'm not the best explaining things. I'm gonna do my best though. So anyways, I think we should just jump right into it. So the first method that I got to show you guys is the one that I started out using when I started cluttering my build sub, and it's basically the very simple one, the 9 and the 0 keys. So we're going to place down a wall here, and we're going to place down 2 shelves. Actually, let's use the white swatch because they're new, so why not? And then we're just gonna drag an item out of the clutter menu, like this little planter box. And oh yeah, by the way, if you want, this is another one I've gotten a lot of questions about, if you don't want your items to kind of be stuck to the grid, as you can see right now, you just hold Alt down on your keyboard and you can move it around freely. It's very simple. I love this. I love the Alt key. I don't know what to do without it at this point. So definitely just hold the Alt key down. And then we're gonna just press the 9 key and raise it up to the height of the shelf, and it'll be stuck up there. So that's pretty handy. There is one thing about this, the 9 and 0 key method though. If you want to place, let's say, the shelf at this height for whatever reason, and you want to place a clutter item on it, and you know, you can just place it directly on the shelf, but let's just ignore that right now. It'll kind of be stuck at these little intervals or segments or whatever you call that, so it'll either be stuck inside of the shelf or right above it. So that's why I don't really use this, that's why I don't use the 9 and 0 key anymore. Basically, I only use it for stuff like windows or curtains or blinds or anything like that. I don't use it for clutter anymore, but it's the one method that I started out using, so I thought I would show it to you guys anyways. So yeah, that was method number 1. So method number 2 is one that I get quite a lot of questions about, and I'm going to show you guys on kitchen counters, because usually the question goes, how is the item floating in the air when you're pulling away the kitchen counter? And I don't know if this is a bug or a glitch or whatever. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. I hope they never remove it if it is a glitch. But basically, if you place a clutter item on the kitchen counter, and then, or any other table actually, so you can place it on, let's also place it on a shelf as well. Let's also take a hallway table over here, and let's also go with a dining table. This very, very pretty one from Outdoors, what's it called? I forgot now actually. Outdoor Retreat. Okay, anyways. So we're just gonna copy paste the planter box onto the other items as well. So if you take the planter box or flower box, put it on the counter, and then you drag the flower box away from the counter, drag the counter away, put the flower box back, and put the counter back in its place, it'll kind of look like, I think it still counts as it's floating, but it'll kind of look like the flower box is placed on the counter in a very random way. So that's one I use quite a lot, and it works basically on everything. So it doesn't snap on, because you see right now it's kind of snapping onto the shelf up here. But if you just like hold your mouse down and maybe you hold the mouse a little bit under the shelf, it won't actually snap onto these slots that are on the shelf. So it's very, very handy. You can also do it with this hallway table over here. Just have the planter box placed on the hallway table, drag the planter box away, drag the hallway table away, then put the flower box back in its place, and then put the hallway table back in its place. So it works with any kind of surface that your item can snap onto. So you see it's kind of snapping onto these different slots that are on the dining table right now. As long as it can snap onto a slot that's on a surface, you can use this method, and I use it all the time. It's just handy that the item is kind of stuck at the same height as whatever item you want it to be placed on. So yeah, very, very handy trick. So to use method 3, you need to use method 2 as well, because you're gonna use this little shelf. It basically works like this shelf over here, but it's a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna show you guys that as well, but this was method 2. So that was the mystery of the kitchen counter, or the mystery of the floating items. I often get questions about that, so I really wanted to show you guys exactly how I do this in slow motion or in real time, so hopefully that helped you out just a little bit. But let's get on to method 3. So method 3 is one that I definitely also get a lot of questions about. I think I've been using this item since maybe the end of January or mid of January or something like that, and it's the red shelf. So in my videos, if you check the description, I always have, like, it says awesome clutter shelf. I know that some people call it red shelf, some people call it the OMSP shelf, as you can see right here. Some people call it the clutter shelf. I call it the awesome clutter shelf because I love it. So it's just this shelf that's the CCPs by Picture and Mobe, and it's always linked in the description down below, by the way, if you want to download it. As for cluttering, it's just made everything so much easier to do. I overuse this item like crazy. It just makes it so much easier to place everything exactly where you want it to. It makes it possible for you to place stuff at a very specific height. So that's why I don't use method 1, that was the 0 and the 9 key. I don't use that anymore because of this, because I can place it a lot more precisely than I could with the 9 and 0 keys. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do, and I'm going to be showing you guys on this hallway table, and then I'm going to show you guys on the hallway table sized down as well, because it actually makes it possible for you guys to place clutter on sized down objects, which is normally really difficult. So let's get into it. So let's take the flower box here again, place it on this red shelf that we got here in the middle, and I'm going to place it, I'm going to copy paste it and place 2 of them actually on here. Then we're going to drag the shelf down to the same height as the hallway table right here. Drag the hallway table away, then take the flower box and place it where you want the hallway table to be, and then just place the hallway table back in its spot. And you can see right now it's not placed very well, so we're just gonna, adjust that a little bit. There we go. So it kind of works like method number 2, but it's a CC item that lets you do it. Like, you can just like move this shelf up and down wherever you want it to. So if you want the flower box to be up here, you can place it up there if you want to. So it also makes it possible for you guys to clutter up cabinets, for example, that don't have any slots on them, but I'm going to show you guys that afterwards. So for the sized down object, if you see here, if I pull it off right now, it'll kind of try to snap onto the hallway table as the hallway table originally was, like sized up. You can see it fits perfectly height-wise, but we want to use the hallway table sized down. So we're going to place the flower box on top of the shelf again, and then we're going to drag it down to the same height as the sized down hallway table, or we're going to try to at least place it as close as possible, and then drag the hallway table away, put the flower box where you want the hallway table to be, and then drag the hallway table back in its spot. So it makes it possible for you guys to clutter up couches as well. Let's try to clutter up an ottoman like this one, which doesn't have any slots on it, so your item won't actually snap onto it. So we're going to use this shelf up here, drag it down to the same height as the ottoman, as you can see right here. Let's try as close as possible, like this, and then just drag the flower box off of the shelf and place it on the ottoman. So it just makes it possible for you guys to basically use anything in the game as a surface. You can do the same with kitchen cabinets, because sometimes, I don't know if you guys have seen me do this, but sometimes I like to do like this, and then we have like, it's kind of like using a cabinet as a shelf itself. So we're gonna place the flower box on the shelf and then drag the shelf up to the same height as the cabinets, and then drag the flower box off of the shelf again, and there you go. It kind of looks like they're using this half cabinet as a shelf unit basically, so that looks pretty cool. I use that quite often and I really like the look of it. So yeah, that's basically how you use that shelf. And like I said before, it makes it possible for you guys to clutter more precisely. It also makes it possible for you guys to clutter up sized down objects like coffee tables or inside tables or hallway tables or whatever you want to size down, and also anything that doesn't originally count as an actual surface. So like these cabinets or ottomans or, you know, anything like that, couches, chairs, I don't know, whatever else we have in the game that doesn't count as a surface, you can clutter up that too with this red shelf. So it's super simple to use and it's so handy. So I definitely recommend you go download that if you play on either Mac or PC. So yeah, that was about it for method 3. I hope you guys understood the explanation. If you still got some questions about cluttering, please let me know in the comment section down below and I'll do my best to explain it to you guys. I'm definitely not the best at explaining things, and that's why I don't often do tutorials on building stuff and, you know, all that sort of thing, all that sort of stuff. But let me know if there's anything else you've seen me do in a video, and I will definitely do my best to do a tutorial on it and explain it the best way possible for me. So yeah, just let me know in the comment section if there is anything. There are certain things that I don't feel like I can do a tutorial on, like floor planning, because it's very specific to the build shape, and also roofing as well as another thing, because again it's very specific to the build shape but also what kind of style you're building in. So I don't really feel like those two are things that I can do tutorials on, but I can try to do like a tips and tricks when it comes to roofing. So let me know if that's something you want to see and I will do my best. I do need to become a little bit braver when it comes to recording tutorials, because like I said before, I don't feel like I'm very good at explaining it, but with practice I can maybe get better. So yeah, definitely let me know if there's anything you want me to do a tutorial on and I will do my best. But other than that, I hope this at least helped you guys that have been asking me questions about cluttering, and do let me know if there's anything else as well in the comment section. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye! Oh, you know